Hey guys, welcome back to my showcase video for my clone base MOC. So we've finally done it after 6 updates. This MOC is complete and I can't wait to show you guys. If you missed the previous video, I basically just showed you the final steps of completing this MOC. But without further ado, let me show you this MOC and I'll give you a run through of it. So here's an overview of the MOC. So if you're interested, this takes up one 48 by 48 gray base plate. And just for some background, this isn't based off anything in particular. It's just like a clone outpost on some sort of forest planet. I didn't really want to base it off of anything because I wanted to try to be creative, but I think it turned out pretty cool, and I was really able to experiment with some of these techniques because I wasn't really trying to recreate anything. So as you can see at the front, I did start and want to make kind of a symmetrical design. So there's a pathway going straight to the door in the middle, and then there are 2 planters on either side of the base. And I just wanted to include those just because I wanted this to be a self-sufficient outpost where the clones could grow their own food so they wouldn't have to, like get it shipped in just because maybe this is a remote planet. And there is a fun little Easter egg on the left side planter. So as you can see, there is a 501st rocket trooper who is kind of launching off and destroying the planter. There's dirt flying everywhere, smoke, fire, and in the background there is another 501st trooper who is kind of panicking. So now I'll take you guys through kind of the landscaping I did and some of the external details I included. So as you can see, there is like a pathway running around the side of the base where there is a storage container and sort of like a radiator unit. I wasn't really sure what that should be, but it was a really cool design that I ended up coming up with. Moving back towards the front of the MOC, I did include kind of an antenna piece in the greenery just because I wanted to break it up a little bit, and I really created a pretty cool design of like a sloping hill, which I thought came out really good, and I really utilized a lot of these leaf elements. I ordered like 600 on Bricklink or 500, something like that, an insane amount, and it really came together in this MOC in an incredible way. So there is a little bit less detail on the left side of the base just because I was running a little tight on space, but I did include a ladder to get to the roof on the top, which acts as a landing pad, and then I also included a battle droid head from the remains of a battle. That was actually a request from a channel subscriber, and I thought it was a great idea, so I decided to implement it in this MOC. There isn't really too much going on in the back of the base. I included a little bit more greenery, but I thought this could just act as kind of a continuation of the path going around on the right side of the base, or in this picture on the left side. And, it's not too much, but this isn't going to be the side of the base that's really facing out anyway. It's really going to be displayed from the front, so I didn't really think this mattered too much. So moving on to the interior, we should probably start with the door mechanism. So this was a very fun door for me to build because it takes heavy inspiration from The Empire Strikes Back from Echo Base on Hoth. And I love that movie and I love that door mechanism, even though it's a pretty small detail. So I wanted to kind of pay homage to that and include a door like this in this MOC. So the roof of this base does lift off quite easily just to display a plethora of details in the interior. So let's jump right in. So here's an overview of the interior section, and as you can see, I jam-packed a ton of details into here. It's broken up into 4 main sections, so the barracks section with the beds, like kind of like a mess hall with some tables, which don't have like any food on them, but I didn't really have any of those elements in Lego. Then we also have a hollow table displaying some sort of battle, and then an armory section. So let's go into these sections in more detail. Let's start with the barracks. So this clone outpost includes 4 beds. I went with a pretty simple design, as you can see. I think it came out pretty good though, and let me know what you think of this in the comments, but I'm overall pretty happy with it. So moving on to the mess area, I included 4 of these really basic tables. They're really just made out of the 2x2 light bluish gray tiles, which I think look pretty good and get the job done well. But there's not too much to really talk about in this section. I just want to include a section with some tables, being that this is a self-sufficient outpost which wouldn't have a mess hall otherwise. So the next section in the interior is directly in front of the mess hall section, and this is basically just a hollow table where an R2 unit is projecting some sort of battle onto the display. And I had a lot of fun building this display. It's really just a 3x3 light bluish gray plate, and I just stacked on the transparent light blue studs, which it just looks pretty good, and it's such a simple design, and sometimes those are the best designs, the simple ones. So I had a lot of fun with this, and I think it looks pretty good. And then the last section of the interior is just the armory section, so there's not too much to talk about here. It's just a bunch of blasters stuck into 2 1x4 snot bricks in light bluish gray, and they're really just stuck into the pegs on the side, which look pretty good. It's a really basic design, and I've seen it used in a ton of other MOCs, but I just think it really just it looks pretty good, so I want to include that here as well. But that's going to do it for this mock, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and let's close out the video. Well, that's going to do it for this video, guys, and this build series. Thank you so much for watching, not only this video, but also all of the 6 updates. It's really meant a lot to me, and I also loved the community engagement and having, like, people submit comments about what they thought of the mock and maybe what I should add to it. It was really just a blast to do, and thank you all for taking this journey with me. I can't wait to do more stuff like this in the future. I don't know when my next build series will be, because I'm actually going on a road trip in the next few, I think, in like about a week. But this mock was a lot of fun. I'm looking at it right now. I still have the door open. This is where I was doing my whole like white backdrop thing, and it looks really good. I think it came out well. It was a good first mock. Like, I have seen a lot of people do a lot better with their mocks, but this was my first try, so thought it was pretty good for a first run. But let me know what you guys thought of the mock and the build series in the comments down below. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more, and I'll see you in the next one.